Saturday morning finds me and Nichols down in Mulberry, Florida, in Florida's Bone Valley. We're here waiting on train 0730 to come south toward New Wales with some cars, and today the plan is just to really go around places either here, Lakeland, or Plant City and just find some traffic just to enjoy the Saturday. Nothing in particular on this agenda. I'd like to see some new ST70s again. I don't get tired of those things at all. They're very cool engines. But I'll take whatever I can get. Hopefully, I will find something nice, but for now, here's the start with 0730. Next, we find ourselves on the Aiken subdivision in the Bone Valley at Cozart Road. Cozart Road has two crossings less than half a mile from each other, one being the Bone Valley sub and one being the Aiken sub. The Bone Valley sub being the line that comes straight out of Winston south across the Valrico sub at the Diamond in downtown Mulberry, where the Aiken sub comes off the Mulberry Y and heads south where they meet up at Aiken Junction. We're here to catch a train coming out of Ridgewood to where I presume New Wales. Hearing the JF dispatcher give a train an EC1 with an ST70AH in the lead, we decided this was one that we wanted, so we're set up here at this old Bone Valley spot. Here in the Bone Valley, we have a few different kind of trains that are unique to us here, those being the wet and dry rock trains. Shuttles of raw material used in the phosphate making process that are shuttled between the mines and the ports here. This train is known as a wet rock train, and it implies exactly what you think. This comes straight from the ground to the train, and if you look closely as one passes by, you can see water dripping out of the cars and some plant life even growing. Another type of train is a dry rock train that carries in special GR1 cars, which we didn't see one today. The wet and dry rock trains combined with the molten sulfur trains are all involved in the phosphate making process, and the finished product, DAP fertilizer, gets shipped out on the manifest and large unit trains out of Florida, destined for many places in the north and the west. That would be the last train that we saw in the Bone Valley. The entire time down there, we heard 1,000 trains bouncing around in the Winston Lakeland area, so we decided to go up there to see what else we could find. On the way up, we heard Q604 get permission from the JF dispatcher to proceed northbound out of the yard, but he'd be taking the Plant City side up the Yeoman sub to get to the Wildwood sub to go north to Waycross. So we couldn't catch him on the way up there, so we beat him up to Vitus Junction. After that random chase of Q604 to Vitus Junction, we decided to head back down to Plant City in hopes of catching Amtrak 92, Q442, and anything else that might be running there. Setting up here at the pedestrian crosswalk at Sandler Junction, we look toward the diamond where the Yeoman sub crosses the Lakeland sub. Just south of us is the Plant City viewing tower, which is where Virtual Railfan also has their train watching camera. Up after this comes up Amtrak 92, southbound to Tampa with Silver Star. After 92 was heading south toward Tampa, I decided to pack up, and I wanted a little bit of a different angle here in Plant City. There's a lot of different places in Plant City to shoot. Majority of people want just the platform, but we moved to this spot here next to the old Seaboard Airline Depot, and we see that there's a clear signal on the NAS for Sandler Junction. So we sit up here and we sit and we just wait. And while we're waiting, we see a sight we see all too often. People taking photos on the railroad tracks for their prom or homecoming photos. And in a place like this, especially as busy as it is, it's not a very good thing. And the most disappointing part was Plant City police were sitting right across from where these people are, watching them to take pictures on the tracks and did nothing. And sure enough, right after they got off, Q442 comes north. With a nice surprise on the lead.
44202, clear, Plant City, interlocking, clear, Sandler, engine 8135, north.
Q442, the daily northbound manifest between Yeoman Yard and Tampa and Waycross, Georgia. This train is... Back in the day when I started railfanning, this train was Q652, and even back then, this train was a gargantuan monster of a train. Real treat today was to see the old L&N Seaboard System SD40-2 leading the GEVO, with a large cut of juice blocks on the front. The juice blocks used to travel QO45 and QO46, which if you dig into my channel you can see, but CSX has consolidated that onto Q442 to Waycross, which goes on presumably Q410 up to New York or New Jersey, wherever the juice goes, and other little blocks here and there. At the end of the video, I'll share a photograph I took of the SD40 passing the old Seaboard Depot in this nice late afternoon shot in Plant City. On our way up to Goddard's Produce at South Lakeland, we come across 0714 bringing what I presume is 0730H train into Winston. We heard the dispatcher give him permission on the Y onto the long lead, but we thought he was a yard job. Apparently not. Lastly, we finally make it to Goddard Produce at the control point known as South Lakeland. All day we've been hearing about switch work going on over here, and we come up to find a restricting indication on the NAS for track 1. Normally Amtrak 92 would have a clear here, but for some reason, I guess something to do with the switch work that they were doing, they could only get a restricting as the best indication possible. So, we decided to make this the last train and watch Amtrak 92 come north out of the sunset. With Amtrak 92 off to the east, we pack up and we start to head back, and I start to head for home. I hope you enjoyed watching this video of this outing today. Wasn't really much out there on the itinerary, but we did get a couple of good things and I really enjoyed myself. If you like this video, please hit the like button. If you want, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. If you hit that little bell for notifications whenever I upload a video. Thanks for watching.